Hello, Alan Lai here. I want to talk to you a little bit more about California laws. Not so much the individual laws and quoting them and all that stuff, but how they pertain to the consumer. All right. So ammunition. Let's look at ammunition. California requires what they call an ammo check, or most people call it a background. It's not really a background. It can be, but there's a lot of moving parts to it, or a few moving parts to it. Recently, there was a panel of judges, I believe it was 3 judges, that determined that it was in violation of the Constitution and they need to get rid of it, right? So this happens pretty much every year where a panel of federal judges sees it. They look at it, they say, yeah, you can't have it, it goes away, and then in the past, I think 4 years, it's gone away 3 times. The longest it was away was like 5 days. The shortest it was away was like 12 hours. It always comes back. And recently, they had a panel of 3 judges that said 2-1, no, you can't have it. But they put a restraining order on the law change until a panel of judges more than 3. So they're looking at like a panel of 5 judges look at it. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with it. California is constantly trying to dissuade us from buying guns and ammunition. And I'm talking about law-abiding citizens because that's all that this affects. So as it is currently, and this is August 25th, 2025, as of right now, you're still required to give a check. You're still required, the dealers are still required to run a background check on you for that ammunition. That ammunition charge, that check, used to only cost $1. As of July 1st of 2025, it went up to $5. Don't ask me why. I don't know. California's just trying to, if they can't dissuade us from not buying guns, they want to make it more expensive for us to buy guns. They do the same thing with gas prices and all this other stuff. So stands to reason they would attack this industry as well. So here's the deal, is that when you go in to buy ammunition, you still have to produce your ID. If it's a real ID, it stands on its own. Again, if it has federal limits apply, that ID will always have to be accompanied by a birth certificate or passport. And of course, you have to be 21, generally speaking, and you have to have a gun registered to you in the state of California within the last 5 years. Now, if you have one registered to you outside the 5 years, you can still buy ammunition. It's just going to cost you $20 for that check, and you may have to wait up to 3 days for them to clear it. So if you buy a gun within the last 5 years and you have a real ID, you just run the check. It costs $5, and then you can buy whatever ammo you want. You're not restricted to the guns that are registered to you. You can buy whatever ammo you want. That's the way that the law is. Unfortunately, it's something we have to live with. I get cornered a lot on that, and honestly, I didn't make up the laws. I go to the voting booth every time they offer up a vote of anything. So my thing is we have plenty of states out there in the union that will support your way of thinking. So if it is really, really painful for you to do that, I know this is a stupid thing to say, but you can move out of California into another state. But comparing California to what I would call a free state, it's just going to make you crazy. I'm not from here. I decided to stay here after I retired from the Marine Corps, and so I essentially accepted the laws. I may not like them, but that's my own fault for sticking around, right? But anyway, that's what you need to do. And of course, buying guns, there's no longer a gun rationing law. You can buy as many guns as frequently as you want in any combination you want. You just have to have the proper ID and pass a proper background investigation. Okay? I hope that clarifies a little bit. Sorry about the the speech. Sometimes my brain moves faster than my mouth, but nevertheless, if there's any questions, DM me. I'll be more than happy to address it. All right, Alan Watt out.